Kanpai, everyone. Welcome to episode 233, where we're going to be talking about idiot plots. I've titled the episode, This Is My Idiot Plot, instead of like, This Is My Idiot Son. Because, you know. But before we get into that, before Thaylien, a lot of stuff. Before we get into that, before we let Thaylien explain all that to us, we've got the usual housekeeping. You know the deal. Go like and subscribe. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment on the video, get into comment chains on the video, email the video to yourself so the YouTube algorithm thinks that you're sharing it. Come to the Discord so that we think that you're enjoying it. You know, you don't have to actually enjoy it, just come to the Discord. And lastly, there's a Patreon that Xeno runs, and we have streaming that you can come hang out at where we do fun things. We recently got Xeno to start playing Factorio, and he's completely obsessed with it now. So, you know.
Not true at all. That's not true at all.
You're not currently planning on how to rebuild your belts. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's it for the housekeeping. Shall we go ahead and start the actual episode?
Yeah, sure thing.
All right.
So the topic for today was idiot plots, and there is an important distinction that needs to be made before we go further with that. Something stupid happening is not an idiot plot. Right? A plot point that is just frankly idiotic. Yeah, okay, I mean, you get that. But an idiot plot revolves around the characters themselves that would usually be smarter than this or would have, you know, an obvious answer. It relies on them being idiots and doing everything wrong for it to happen. So miscommunication, things like this, where you see it a lot in like romance comedies, romance dramas, where saying the wrong thing at the wrong time has caused a miscommunication, and rather than just explain yourself and fix it, they go on their way being all dramatic and sad about it, thinking that, you know, the wrong thing about their romantic partner. And it just relies on the characters being stupid to persist. Yeah, sometimes it's done for comedy. And it brings us to the first one I'd like to bring up for it, which is the 100 girlfriends who really, 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 really love you.
Swear I'm like, watch your mouth.
Yeah, so this is an example of an idiot plot that could have been avoided by just one simple line of explanation, and it's the kissing zombie arc, or incident.
Okay.
Yes. So the simple thing is that our boy was supposed to be given a particular concoction, right, to try and make him very romantic and start kissing people, right? Kasuri brings him 2 flasks, right, and says one's for him, one's for Rentaro, and one is for the rest of the girls, right? But she fails to mention that the big one of those is for Rentaro, so that he would drink it and be full of the potion. And the girls think that because it's the big one has, you know, got more in it, it's for all of them to share, while he gets his own little flask. Right? And of course, it then causes all of the girls to become victims of the love potion and turn into kiss zombies. Right? One line of dialogue could have saved all of this from happening. A usually smart person who would usually explain everything is an idiot for 1 minute, and then everything happens off the thing of that. It's all for the comedy. Okay, this is an idiot plot where smart people do something wrong by being idiots. Do you see
you say smart? You say smart.
Yes, I say smart. This is 100 girlfriends.
Character who's smart coded.
So the
same way that Ligami is smart coded.
My tiny little research. I mean, granted, you've gone away and you've looked up a lot of this stuff and everything. From my research, like, this wouldn't count as an idiot plot because it's done for comedic effect?
In a sense, yes. So it is an incident with an idiot plot, but it's not an idiot plot for the whole anime.
Sure.
Right? So it's a gag that's gone too far, and it relies on the idiot plot trope for it to function, for it to have happened in the first place. But it's not actually a full idiot plot. So it's sometimes done for comedy, and it's done to make these gag episodes work in anime, and it's used quite a bit for that, where just one little bit of miscommunication can cause, a whole episode's worth of chaos, and they can round it up nicely after the end of it.
Sure.
So a more serious one, where there's an idiot plot, but I'm still going to keep it in school, and I'm going to keep it in the a little bit in the drama category, would be High School DxD.
Okay.
Now, High School DxD has one particular bit of the plot where Rias...
High School DxD is not an idiot plot. It's a plot about an idiot. They're different.
Yes, it is a plot about an idiot. You're quite correct.
Let him finish.
There's a large, plot point in High School DxD.
There's a couple of large plot points right on screen. Damn it. Sorry.
You want to get it out of your system now, Nasuth?
He just left the opening right there. I mean, I couldn't pass it up.
Actually, two more things that are right there. Now, there you go. See, I've done it now. It's out of your system. So, the basic part of this is where Rias starts falling into a bit of despair because she starts falling for Issei at long last in the plot, and feeling romantic towards him. But when they first met, she asked Issei to call her Bucho, club president, right? And he takes to that absolutely. He calls her Bucho, and she puts her on a pedestal as the club president, as Rias Gremory, the club president. And you can see how he puts her on that pedestal, but she doesn't realize it because he will never call her by her name. And so she falls into a bit of despair about it. She won't call her name, and nobody explains to her that it's just because he sees her as a special entity, that he calls her that, and because she asked him to call her that. And this allows an enemy to get under her skin and start causing a rather dramatic part of the plot to happen in the first season. What's his name? Kaiser Phoenix. And actually, she starts to believe that maybe this whole arranged marriage to him might be a good idea because Issei doesn't actually seem to feel the same way for her that she feels for him. And all down to this idiot plot point of him not actually calling her by her name. Again, people that should be smarter than this and should just talk about it, ask the question, why do you only call me this? Why won't you call me by my name? That any of this actually even gets as far as being that dramatic.
I mean, this is a relatively minor plot point within the series, but it does actually get explained out. Like, it does get...
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is what makes it so easy to judge as an idiot plot, because the fact that even in the series, they explain it to each other, where other sensible heads come in and say, no, you're being an idiot. This is why he calls you that. This is why he won't say your name. And explain to Issei, no, you're being an idiot. She's only doing this because she thinks that you don't care for her the same way. You've got to go and show her. And that kind of thing. That's the only reason it gets as far as it does, is because they're being idiots.
I do feel that a lot of these plot points that are classified as people being idiots or idiot plot points or what have you is when characters are under a high emotional distress, right? But at the same time, there are plot points that are so goddamn stupid. I do not know how they come to these conclusions in the slightest.
Indeed. A big one that I'm not sure if you've actually even watched the bonus movie Appleseed Ex Machina. I've popped Appleseed on our thing there for this. But
is that the first
Machina,
of the?
I think it's the. No, it's the. Well, I think it's the follow-up CGI movie.
Right. Okay. I watched the first one and I hated it so much.
Exactly. So, in the plot of that, the government realizes that the Connexus is what's causing the problem. So they issue a warning for people to hand over this really useful bit of technology because it's been deemed harmful. Instead of saying, hey, these devices turn you into insane cyber zombies and the police may have to shoot you. If they actually made it see, this is a thing that we need to actually get the public to really actually do and give us these things back because they're more dangerous than we're letting on. So many less people would have been affected by this virus and turned into insane people and had to die. So it's again a big dangerous thing only happens because people that should be smarter are idiots.
I think there is again a counterpoint to this when the mob mentality is something you have to contend with. You really have to control it. Like, I want to highlight the importance of this because in real life, everyone is taught to be careful when dealing with cars, right? Mm-hmm. You walk on the pavement or sidewalk if you're in America, or in Australia, you never go outside. The whole point is that
because of the cars, though.
That's not because of the cars, of course, right? That's because of the things that should not live on this planet. But you are taught to be road conscious, right? But ask anyone that has, had to drive around during some sports event, how many people are just walking in the middle of the road, right? Oh, there's not enough room on the pavement. Yes, there is. You just need to queue behind the people next to you, right? You're just too bloody bone idle and your rationality has fallen through the floor, right?
Yes.
And this is something that I feel in a situation like in Appleseed Ex Machina, you can't just incite panic, and panic is so...
Yeah, that's true.
If you were to turn around and say, oh, stop using X technology...
Stop using your mobile phones because your mobile phones are now dangerous.
Yes. Yeah? You're going to get a huge divide between people that will actually do what you've asked them to do, people that won't do what you've asked them to do, and people that are going to start witch hunting people that, are... I've seen it during the pandemic. I saw people that were like anti-mask individuals just harass people wearing masks out in the street. It's just what the fuck is wrong with you people?
I feel that there is a balance you can strike, though, where if you have something like, I don't know, the Samsung exploding batteries.
Yes.
Right? You issue a recall and, I don't know, offer money for it. Something, say a government buyback of all of these things because they've been deemed dangerous. We will supply you with something brand new or a cash equivalent.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would get the public on your side, and even the people that find it useful would say, "Oh yeah, but I can get a new one," you know, or or I could just buy another. Get some urgency out there. They did not in Appleseed Ex Machina. They put out the mildest thing, expecting everybody to just give up something.
So it's more like
a mobile phone.
It's more like in the 90s when I think GM, there was a rash of GM cars who had exploding gas tanks, and they didn't tell anyone because they thought it was more cost effective to only pay out occasionally for people that sued than to do a massive recall.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing. So, but when the direct result of using a Kinexus could be turning into a psychotic killer that kills the general public and then gets killed themselves to put them down after the rampage, you'd think a little bit more urgency would be required.
Yeah.
So you see that's again, it's idiot plot. And most of the this is why I say most of the stuff in anime comes down to miscommunication. There are some fun ones. I love a recurring plot point of an idiot plot is in Pokemon. So in Pokemon, every single time Team Rocket show up, Ash falls for their disguise.
Yeah.
Is that really an idiot plot, or is that just being cartoony?
It's done for the gag. It's done for the gag. It's genuinely done for the gag. And it's how they get their little cartoon for the week, right? But it's the fact that if he didn't fall for it, nothing would happen. So he's falling for it specifically to allow the next shenanigans to happen.
It's like to go way, way back, it's like in Bullwinkle, where Bullwinkle would never notice Natasha and Boris like their disguise, but Rocky always would. You know, it's for that comedic effect, that cartoony comedic effect.
Nasuth, I hate to tell you this, no one is as old as you. No one understands that
know!
What do you mean? Have you not seen Rocky and Bullwinkle?
No.
Why have you not seen Rocky and Bullwinkle?
Do we ever get it over here?
Yes.
You must have.
I don't think we did. Anyway.
No, from
I watched it online anyway, so...
I didn't hear what Nasuth said. That's probably a good thing. Right. So, to me, a lot of idiot plots just don't make any goddamn logical sense. Right?
That's the whole point. I think that makes them an idiot, yes.
I feel that Pokemon is a really good example. So, on the assumption that for some strange reason, someone here listening to us has never played a Pokemon game in their life, right? The whole point of Pokemon is to go out and collect all the Pokemon, right? You are meant to capture one of every kind of Pokemon. You can even... basically mass-produce Pokemon.
The point of Pokemon is to become a Pokemon master.
Right. But in order to become a Pokemon, air quotes, master, you need good, strong Pokemon. Right? Now, shut up. Nasuth, shut up. Right? You're ruining the tension here, right?
Xeno saying we don't need no stinking badges. I got it.
Love of God, I'm going to stab him. I'm freaking... The whole point is, right? The whole point is, with Ash releasing his strongest Pokemon, every damn chance he gets is the most questionable thing in the universe, right? You know,
it just shows that he's stronger by doing something good, right? He doesn't need his Pokemon because he's internally strong.
I would agree with you, except that he then does not go on to win a Pokemon tournament for 25 fucking years.
At the age of 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, the entire adventure is ruined because he releases all his strongest Pokemon.
Yeah.
Terrible idea.
Yeah. Like, to be fair, I would understand that he may release. So during the narrative of Pokemon, when Ash's Charmander, who he rescued from death, evolves into its next stage, which is Charmeleon. Charmeleon becomes an angsty teenager and doesn't want to listen to Ash. Then, shortly afterwards, Charmeleon turns into Charizard, which is one of the better Pokemon in the series, and I actually think it's quite a decent one in the games, but that's besides the point. And again, Charizard just does not want to listen to Ash. He just does whatever it wants to do. Eventually, it becomes wounded, it's hurt, so on and so forth. Ash nurses it back to health, and Charizard...
great pains to himself.
Yeah, Charizard starts to listen to Ash. So what does Ash do? He fucking lets it go. After all that hard, bloody work, it was like, no, this is easy now, I'm going to let you go. Oh my lord.
Yeah. But also, there was a whole plot line of that one where Charizard itself was going to be happier with a whole bunch of other Charizards now that it was healed and strong enough to go. But even then, you could have done that after the Pokemon League.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could have had Charizard like insist on sticking around to help, and regardless of what Ash says, that would have actually been kind of a neat change to the plot.
Yeah.
Like, don't worry, Charizard. I'll catch you more Charizards, and you can go play in the Charizard paddock out back of Professor Oak's.
Yeah, with the Tauros.
Yeah,
that he insists on hugging. Yeah, there is something off about Ash in general, because he has idiot strength. Is what he has. He's incredibly cartoonily durable, but also he tries to hug charging Tauros.
Okay.
This is not the smartest main character in the world, and that's saying...
Well, his dad is Mr. Mime, so,
Another definitively evident idiot plot, and this is one of my go-tos, is Gundam Seed, right? It's really early on Gundam Seed. I know that it's relevant for later on in the series, but I haven't watched this that far. I got halfway through season 1 and just gave up the will to live and just stopped watching it. In the beginning of Gundam Seed, there is basically a coup d'etat of new types. I can't remember what their name is. Basically superhumans. And they have stolen a bunch of Gundams. But the main protagonist, who I'm pretty sure is the name Kira, who's called Kira, ends up stealing the Strike Gundam before the terrorists steal it, and reprograms the operating system in 5 minutes. He builds the operating system from scratch in 5 minutes because an operating system was not installed on the Gundam. Okay, suspension of disbelief, because sure, whatever. But later on, as they've escaped on a vessel, a carrier vessel, similar to White Base, if anyone's familiar with the original Gundam. And they are trying to make their way to a space station, which is commanded by one of the girls that has escaped with Kira and the other evacuees from this coup d'etat. And as they're making their way to the space station is destroyed by the terrorists, to which our pink-haired girl protagonist, who is so infuriating I genuinely don't remember her name, decides that it's Kira's fault for existing, and that's why her dad has died.
They're called coordinators, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, coordinators. Which is a stupid name. I'm sticking with new types. So, getting back to it, pink-hair girl's dad was the commander of the space station. He has now died, and she is blaming another victim of this coup d'etat. Not the actual terrorists, but the guy that she is in close proximity to. She then proceeds to start sleeping with Kira because she thinks that if he's getting special fun time, then he will go take more risks and get himself killed, right? Whereas Kira's like, I'm getting special happy fun time. I'm gonna make damn well sure I get to go back and have special happy fun time. And it is the stupidest plot point ever. Every single time he comes back, she's like, darn it.
To be fair, a lot of guys would, like, decide to start being show-offs in that situation.
It's war, Nasuth. Yeah. I don't think anyone's that stupid.
Humanity would actually argue otherwise.
Right.
We keep having this discussion,
the front line already. They're already on the front line, right?
So?
Yeah.
Who do you think ends up on the front line most of the time? It's idiot grunts. Sorry, anyone that's in the army.
Right. But no. But like, if we're talking about people that are like, oh, I'm going to go sign up to the army, and then I'm going to go on, people that have zero experience of what war is like, they're the stupid show-offs, right? But any moment someone experiences war for the first time, they're like, oh crap, I'm gonna die.
I don't know. We keep having this discussion. Remember how stupid the average person is, and then remember that half of them are even stupider than that.
Yes, but then there's basic survival instincts, Nasuth.
Which gets overridden all the time by a desire to show off.
By dopamine hits, Xeno.
Or football, yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Dopamine hits are other thing. And
anyway.
Massive high of adrenaline from surviving when others didn't. That can be addictive.
No, it's a stupid plot point. I don't care. It's an absolute stupid plot point.
I think
the most stupid.
Absolutely right.
I think the stupid plot point is that she keeps doing it after it fails. Like, after the first 2 or 3 times it fails, I'd be like, okay, well, that's obviously not working. Time to switch plans. You know.
It's oh god, I don't. Maybe that's the reason why Japan loves Gundam Seed so much. It's like, oh my god, these nerds got to have the happy fun time. For anyone that doesn't know, Gundam Seed is stupidly popular in Japan, and anyone in the West has no idea why.
Yeah, it's really weird. So, speaking of really weird, I want to rip on Bleach for a bit.
A rare change for Xeno, or for Thaylien. For Xeno.
Now, I like Bleach. I enjoy the show, but there are 3 separate things that really should not exist in this, because they could have been solved by the simplest fucking explanations, right? So let me just find, there's my notes. So one is filler arc, so I can kind of think of it for being stupid, right? Which is in the Bakoto arc. Now, in the Bakoto arc, there is a clan of people in Soul Society who don't have Zanpakuto swords of their own. They have inherited ones called Bakoto. These things have specific powers and will bond with a new user each time the old one dies. Now,
when does this happen?
Oh, I was trying to remember. It's like the 4th or 5th season. It's
okay. Are we talking about
early on into?
Are we talking like pre-rescuing of Rukia or post?
No. So this is post.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So in a point where Ichigo is a recognized substitute Soul Reaper, everybody has their own dedicated roles, and this is something that's happening between actual arcs of the anime. And so the villain of this thing, he saw his father get cut down by the head of the Shinigami, Yamamoto. He sees him killed, and his father's last words were something the Bakoto, right? And so this guy, what's his name? Amagai, assumes that Yamamoto had killed his father for using the Bakoto to get too strong, and so decided to grab one for himself. Then when the villain actually when Amagai actually attacks Yamamoto doesn't even try to justify himself. He just explains the full story, which is the villain's father was brainwashed and crazy from the Bakoto, being evil and cursed.
You've lost me. Can we not use names? Can we just use victim, villain? You know.
So, villain saw his dad get killed by the head of the Shinigami,
right?
The head of the Soul Reapers, right? And villain's father's last words were something the Bakoto, the evil sword,
right?
Which our villain said, "Oh, that must be because he got too strong, and so the Shinigami cut him down to stop him from being too strong." He grabs his own cursed sword, his own Bakoto, and goes on a rampage to try and, get revenge on the Shinigami, on all the Soul Reapers. Until it turns out he faces off against the head of the Shinigami and says, "Well, that's not how it happened at all. He attacked me because he was crazy, because the evil Bakoto, the cursed sword, had driven him to insanity. He attacked me and I killed him in self-defense. His last words were, 'Beware the Bakoto.'" Because it's cursed and evil. So the villain waited hundreds of years and gave up on being a captain of the Shinigami because he wasn't able to hear that one extra word.
Right.
Okay. He's utterly humiliated by this and actually ends himself in shame. So he doesn't even learn from this or atone for this. He literally just pieces out when he learns how stupid he's been.
So how is this an idiot plot?
Because
poor communication.
Because he's an idiot. So poor communication, where he didn't hear one word and assumed that he needed to go on a blood vendetta against his former boss. And then when it happened, when he got there, he didn't even get into a fight with his former boss. His former boss just said, "No, that's not how it happened," and he got so upset and ashamed by it that he deleted himself.
I mean, this feels right up the alley for
This is
Bleach.
Exactly as stupid as Bleach filler gets, and this is why I will skip that one every time and recommend other people do.
So wait, was this right at the end of the filler?
This was the entire plot of that filler.
Well, no, I mean, like if that was the end of it, it's so
the end of it is him. The end of it is him finding out the truth and committing seppuku or sudoku or whatever you want. Whereas the beginning of it is him basically testing out and getting stronger and being found out by Ichigo and the gang, and fighting them on his way through to commit a revenge upon the Shinigami. And the whole filler arc is this guy trying to get revenge. So it's like 14, 15 episodes of the anime devoted to this idiocy.
I feel I can't speak 100% to this, but I do feel that, again, idiot plot with Bleach's filler, with the Bounce saga, basically, well, I can't remember, were they mod souls or they were something. They were these.
Oh, they were. So they were something else that had powers that were not Shinigami, were not Quincy.
Yeah,
and they weren't even Fullbringers, which we found out about later.
So the whole point was that these Bount wanted to go to Soul Society. The anime studio introduces 3 new mod souls which go against the original concept of mod souls. So like in the original concept, they enhance one physical attribute of the host. Be it strength, speed, so on and so forth. Con was enhances Ichigo's legs because he could run faster and jump. But with these, like one of them I think was telepathic. One of them had X-ray vision. And it's just like, hold on, how are these enhancements? These are just flat out superpowers, right?
Exactly. That was just a bad plot.
Moving further on from that, the whole point was that the Bount were trying to kidnap Ishida, the one Quincy that we have thus seen, to open up a gate to go to Soul Society. 4 fecking times, I think it's 4, it's definitely multiple, fecking times did they attempt to kidnap Ishida, and they were unsuccessful every single time. And then Ishida just decides, hey, you know what? I'm going to go help them. For no justifiable reason whatsoever. He's just like, hey, do you know what? We've got like 10 episodes left. Maybe I should go help them.
I mean, if they're going to keep coming after him, maybe it's better to go confront them and see exactly what the fuck they want, and
No, he was just gonna go open the gate for him. It was just like he was just gonna help them. It's just like
keep them from coming after him that way.
This isn't the only time he's going to appear on this. So the second point of Bleach is the Arrancar arc, which is the main plot line where the main villain of the whole thing. Yeah. So this is the main plot line where the main villain Aizen has gone off into the realm where all the the Hollow live, right? And creates super powerful versions called the Arrancar. And in this, our helpful Urahara, who's the guy that's living on Earth but used to be a Soul Reaper, and has the shop and gives Ichigo Kon to help him fulfill his substitute Shinigami duties. Yeah, he tells our Orihime, the secondary female lead, that she should stay off the front lines when this battle begins, because her attack function from her powers has been damaged, so she can't attack, right? Which makes her all depressed, and she goes on a whole training arc with other people that have similar powers to her at this point, to restore her ability to attack. And then, of course, when the Arrancar fight starts happening, she's naturally then on the front lines, gets kidnapped, and then the whole point of the Arrancar arc is to rescue her. Right? If he had instead told Orihime that the Arrancar want you because you have this interesting power to reject reality, and they want to use it to make more powerful things for the bad guy, you should probably stay away from them on the back line with me, where you can be safe. Then she wouldn't have done any of that. She wouldn't have been on the front line. They wouldn't have been able to kidnap her because she would have been safe with this really powerful Shinigami.
That would just make her insist that she can take care of herself and that he shouldn't worry about her.
She's actually not that kind of stupid character. It's the opposite. She tell her that she can't do something because she's got no ability to attack. She'll get the ability to attack and go do it. Tell her, they want to kidnap you. She will stay safe. It's happened in the previous seasons, and it did happen in the later seasons as well. When she was the one to be targeted, she retreated and didn't put herself in harm's way. So she should be smart. Urahara should have been smarter. He's literally one of the smartest people in the show. But he deliberately worded it, or he seems to deliberately word it, in a way that makes her go off and try and do it anyway. And that's not even bringing out the Fullbring arc yet, where one conversation could have solved half the season. So the Fullbring arc, where Ichigo finally regains his Shinigami powers, relies on two people on the bad guy's side pretending to be enemies. So the one guy tries to be Ichigo's friend and says, "Oh yeah, I was a former substitute Soul Reaper as well. I was the first one, and I'm here to help you. This other bad guy, he's my enemy as well, and I'm going to help you fight him." But the other guy's power is that he can basically hypnotize everybody to believe he's their friend. The first person attacked was Ishida, the Quincy. But if Ishida had said at any point, "Wait, no, it's not the other bad guy that attacked me, it's this guy Ginjo. He's the one who attacked me. He's also a bad guy," then none of this would have actually happened, because, they say, "Oh wait, they're both bad guys. Why would I trust either one of them?" That seed of doubt would have said, "Wait, so the evil guy who can hypnotize people with his sword didn't attack you?" "No, the regular guy with just the big sword attacked me. That's why I'm injured." Again, it was the whole thing set off way more than it should have, and it would have taken one conversation to fix it, especially when they had the opportunity for that conversation. Ichigo actually went to talk to Ishida in the hospital and find out what happened, and Ishida just didn't tell him. Told him to ignore it, told him to back off, and he'd take care of it. Which, if you tell a shonen protagonist, "No, back off, I'll take care of it," of course he's going to get involved. So Bleach thoroughly embraces some of these miscommunication-driven idiot plots. And despite the fact that I like the show, I have to call it out where it needs calling out. Does anybody have a show they want to pick up from the list, or from the road?
Yeah, I want to make Xeno talk about one.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, please.
So I never really watched. I think I watched maybe one season of this. I'm not even sure I made it all the way through it. Classroom of the Elite.
Oh,
apparently, Xeno, this is a recurring plot point where the main character downplays his abilities so that he can use them later. Like in that one arc where he pretends to not... Oh no, where they transfer leadership around.
I hate this series.
Yeah, I know. That's why I want to make you talk about it.
I genuinely... So, to prepare everyone for... Do not watch Classroom of the Elite. I know it's currently got 4 seasons. This series
I don't think another one's coming.
No, it's supposed to end on 4. No, Rent a Girlfriend's on 5.
Yes,
right?
It's got 4 and it's got the 5th coming out.
Yeah. So...
Don't watch that either.
Yeah, but... So... Classroom of the Elite is quite clearly a teen's first introductory anime, right? This is the first anime that they're ever going to watch, and they're going to think this is, oh my god, anime is the shit. It's the same with Death Note, with Elfen Lied, with
Madoka.
Tokyo Ghoul, anything that an adult basically turns around and says, how the hell, or anyone that has a substantial experience with anime, how the hell can you like this gobshite? It's like, this is Classroom of the Elite, right?
Like,
so
at least
it falls under this.
At least Madoka kind of like, it has that whole nihilism thing going on, which could be interesting to get people to think about. Classroom of the Elite has nothing going for it.
So the big thing about Classroom of the Elite is it's supposed to be a school in which the top 1% of society, the super rich, the super wealthy, the super powerful, they are being effectively nurtured here at this school. And they have multiple different classes at different grading. So, like, you know, I don't know what it's like in the States, but in the UK, at least when I was in doing my GCSEs, which is our lowest form of minimum qualification,
high school diploma,
I think. Sure. We had like different sets. So like in maths, you had like set 1, which were like the super smart, and you know, they're qualified.
We have advanced placement, regular, and then remedial.
Right. So in high school, Classroom of the Elite. Sorry. And you said High School of the Dead, and I'm like, wait, that's a completely different show. In Classroom of the Elite, I think they have 4 classes, A, B, C, and D. And D is the lowest. They're like the remedial class, and you know, it is a lot harder for them to qualify and things like this. But they're all given a points system, right? And they can spend their points however they want, right? But at no point in time does it ever clarify the points cost, how you earn points, or anything like this. There is a purposeful knowledge gap, which even the baseline gamer who's played a MMORPG or any RPG of any kind would just query, well, how do you get, you know, additional points, right? We've got a baseline. We can, you know, we've earned this, or sorry, we've been granted this. We can spend this, but how do we earn more? It's never explained. And then after their first round of tests, they are given an allotment of points. It's like, oh no, but I've spent too many points. I don't have enough points to buy dinner and food and things like this. It's like, it's really dumb in that regard. It's like signing a contract to work at a job without knowing what your pay is, right? So yeah, it's dumb. The stupidest plot point in the entire series 1, season 1, is that we have a Lord of the Flies situation where, if you don't know Lord of the Flies, the kids are basically dumped on a deserted island. They have to pick a leader, and each of the classes are basically pitted against each other. They have to, I think, steal a flag, but effectively at the end of the game, they get to nominate who their leader is, right? So they get to pick out who the leader is. If you pick the wrong leader for the opposing team, then you lose points. If your team doesn't get discovered who their leader is, then you earn a whole bucket ton of points, right? Which basically will, you know, the capture the flag has 0 value to it whatsoever. This is how many points you'll get, you know? So any of us, right, would, like, Thaylien, I don't think you've watched it at all, right?
Well, Lord of the Flies. No. Sorry.
No.
Classroom of the Elite.
Classroom of the Elite, right?
Yeah.
Given the situation of this whole naming and shaming the class leaders, right? What would you do to guarantee your team the win?
To guarantee my team the win.
Yeah. Do you want me to explain it again?
Yeah. No. Guarantee the win. I would elect a false leader, basically, and have them be the puppeteer. So you have somebody that is supposedly giving out orders. So anytime they're observed, they seem to be the one in charge. And then have somebody that's then giving them the right instructions, nearby, but not, in the spotlight. And have somebody, the actual leader would be somebody not really noticeable, not like the worst in the class, because that's an obvious pick, not the best in the class, somebody they wouldn't see as a thing. Choose them as the leader, and then have somebody else just give the orders.
Right. That's a really, really good idea, right? We're also told the rule that they could change the leader at any point.
Oh.
Yeah. So,
they changed the leader last minute.
Of course they did.
Yeah. All that careful planning that you came up with, Thaylien, that's unnecessary. It's just, make it too hard on yourself.
Just switch who's their leader at any point. So that's the thing. If there's not a rule to say you have to choose your leader and stick with them, then all tactics are fucking off.
Yep.
No. It's worse than that. There is a specific rule that is you can change your leader at any point. It's not a lack of, there isn't a rule that states you can't change the leader. There's a specific rule that says you can change the leader.
Exactly.
Yeah.
With that in place, there's no tactics that will work.
Yeah.
Okay.
And apparently this sort of situation happens over and over. I haven't watched it, but apparently it happens over and over.
And the stupidest thing is that all the other teams basically forget this rule even exists.
Yeah.
So that our main class, our remedial class, can win because they're the only team that remembers this rule exists. And it's just like, oh my god, this is so stupid. This is so
frustrating. If they're genuinely supposed to be smarter than you, why do you think they'd forget that rule?
Oh,
it's so...
It's dumb. It's dumb.
That is an idiot plot that relies on everybody else.
That's super lazy writing.
Yeah, it is atrocious. True. So the whole capture the flag thing was completely redundant. And it's just like, oh my god. As I said, this is a series that is like, teens' first experience into anime to find out it's the hottest shit in the universe. Yeah. How has this got 4 seasons?
Unclear.
Oh my god.
So, do you want a sobering one?
Yeah, please.
Fruits Basket.
Okay.
So, this is spoiler territory for Fruits Basket if, I don't know, we want to chuck that up.
May as well.
So, the reason that everybody in the Soma family is some level of fucked up is because of the events around Akito, the head of the clan.
I thought it was Akito.
Well, they pronounce it Akito in the.
I got that wrong.
It's Akito, but it's Akito in the anime. So I've gone with that. Akito became the head of the family after their father died, and the head maid tried to comfort the little Akito by giving them an empty box that supposedly contained their father's soul. Right? It's like this comfort thing. So he may have gone, but you have his soul. It's safe with you. And it seemed to work. Until his mentally unstable wife, Akito's mentally unstable mother, who we know was mentally unstable, had gone into depression. She was not informed of what this box was. In fact, nobody was. So this mentally unstable woman actually ended up believing that Akito had been left a treasure, a possession of some worth by their father, and believed that as the mother, she should own it. And so all of Akito's trauma came from their mentally unstable mother thinking they had something of value, breaking into their room with a knife to kill them to get this treasure back. Akito's own mother tried to kill them because of this treasure that was in a box that was given, and nobody told her that it was empty. Nobody told. So the head maid. This all came out later in the thing, and the head maid was absolutely ripped a new one for not telling anybody what this box was when the truth came out.
This is like that time that Luke Skywalker almost killed Ben Solo because he didn't realize that doing so would make his vision come true. Wow, that was dumb writing. That was really bad writing.
It was very dumb writing,
cool.
Yes. Yeah, so the fact the real spoiler for Fruits Basket is basically Akito's history, and why everybody in the Soma family is so messed up. And it's all down to the fact that one person tried something to help a small child, not realizing that all the repercussions that would come if they didn't tell the other adults what they had done. Which is very similar to anybody in a family where, I don't know, one person has told their parents a lie, and their siblings expected to go along with it without knowing what the lie is. You know, say, just tell mum I was like over at my friend's house. All right? Say, yeah, you totally were over at your friend's house. I'm definitely not going to be called out about this by mum and have to confess to her that I have no idea where you were.
Yeah.
You know? It's the same kind of stupidity. You've done something and you're not telling any of the other people that are supposed to be in on this what's happening. So rumors start, and it results in a clinically depressed and mentally unstable woman trying to kill their own child in a jealous rage and traumatizing them for life.
Bloody hell.
Yep. And that's how an idiot plot can go wrong and cause genuine drama. So everything that happens in the series of Toru fixing up the people that she loves and cares for and trying to find ways to free them from the chains that bind, all stems from that. These guys could have had happy lives in a family that actually cared, well, you know, in a stiff, formal way, and gone to these really nice family get-togethers where they all get around and be these special, if tragic, zodiac animals together, except for that particular incident. Kind of sobering.
Yeah, I mean, I feel that the author should have put a lot more effort, considering how good. Actually, are we still in spoiler territory, or should we come out of it?
Let's take that out of there. I think we should be able to go without. Yeah,
I feel that given how well Fruits Basket has been crafted, I feel like Fruits Basket is an incredible series, right?
Yes.
A lot of the stuff that we have queued up, things like Berserk and I'm not gonna say it's called Double D, Cyberpunk Edgerunners. Like these are all like really, really well crafted series, right? And I feel that this is quite clearly something that has been overlooked as a fundamental narrative point. Oh, pardon me. Sorry. I apologize.
I feel it's been used as a fundamental narrative point. I think this is an idiot plot that's been used to highlight what can go wrong with these things.
Yeah, I feel the same way with Berserk.
Yes, that was where I was going next with this. You brought up Berserk. I think we should mention.
Well, like it just feel I don't know, maybe I'm misunderstanding, but like it just feels to me that this hasn't been put through the stresses of, does this feel realistic? Does this feel like, you know, I kind of, yes, in a lot of the case, no. Like,
Well, that's the
Thaylien made it sound like it was because of the stupidity of the kids, because they didn't say
it's
something.
because of the stupidity of the characters of the head maid is the person that's at fault, and I feel
That's
that
the
this is
weak
actually
link.
the well constructed plot by the author relies on an idiot plot, and I think it's actually used in this case really well. Okay, so this misunderstanding, and this is what is the whole point of this show, is sorting this out, is that this was actually all one tragic misunderstanding has caused this knock-on effect of all this pain.
I mean, like, what you're saying here, it sounds like we've got this absolute gorgeous masterpiece of a painting that's currently held up against the wall with Pritt stick, right? It's
not wrong.
It's
But
like
misunderstandings do happen.
Yes, but
especially in this strict kind of family situation that the Somas have,
where people don't talk a lot, you know, or share things.
I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Should we
That's
migrate
why,
to
again, that's what I feel like about Berserk, because all of everything, like the eclipse and all of it, the Griffith's capture, comes down to the fact that nobody in the Band of the Hawks really discussed how they felt about things.
Mm-hmm.
They all just kind of either took it took it for granted, or denied it in themselves and tried to actively fight against it.
I think I feel that Xeno put it the best way. Right? Back when we last talked about Berserk, Guts puts Griffiths on a pedestal as the leader, and so doesn't see that he's starting a downward spiral. And he and Casca and the others go to help him because, of course, they would. Because they believe he's their friend and that something horrible has happened to him and they want to care for him. And because of him never having actually discussed his feelings and explained where he was going.
Well, and Guts kind of ran away from the whole thing.
His pedestal,
instead of
he then
confronting Griffith about it.
No, he's referring to the after the rescue Nasuth.
Well, no, even I think leading up
even
to
before the rescue.
No. I think because of the rescue,
there were so many
itself,
points they could have stopped Griffith.
Mm-hmm. But building up to the rescue, he was going on a downward spiral before this. He was getting isolated by them believing that he's this special leader. So he didn't really feel he had anybody to talk to, and maybe he didn't even recognize that. Maybe he didn't even recognize that that's where he was in his own head, and he just thought it all fell on him, and he had to do things himself. He had to make the difference himself, and so he had to make these bold and dramatic moves to make progress in this world where commoners really didn't have a way forward, you know, where only nobility really controls anything. And so his attempts, of course, went wrong, and he ended up in prison. And then his friends, or people he thought were there for his support, he saw them as pitying him, and it was like the last snap of his.
I still want to focus. I still want to focus more on the lead up to the torture rather than post torture.
Go on, then, Nasuth. Go on.
Well, again, like the major conflict that finally broke Griffith, and made the spiral intensify was Guts hearing oh, I don't really think of them as friends. You know, I need somebody that's an equal to me. Otherwise, they're just tools. Essentially, is what he said. And that, you know, that made Guts, instead of Guts actually sitting down and talking to him and being like, you know, look, if that's how you feel, is that how you really feel? Am I your equal? They got in a fight and he left, right? But even before that, like Thaylien was saying, they were seeing him go down this spiral. And it's possible that he even got to the point of saying none of them are my equal because he bought into the way they felt about him, where they hold him up on this pedestal, where they feel he is inapproachable, and so they can't talk to him about what they see about in this downward spiral. And I think that's really the you know, that more than the torture, that led to the torture, which then led to the eclipse. Mm-hmm. The torture would not have happened without any of that.
See, to me, I feel that Griffith, first off, he said that to Charlotte.
Yes, and Guts over her, yes. So we don't even know if he was telling the truth there.
Exactly, right? Griffith has always tried to manipulate the situation to foster this sense of nobility, right? And he's always wanted absolutely everything. He's wanted complete control. He has this degree of narcissism that, you know, everything is about him. But Guts didn't leave immediately. Guts stuck around for a while, but what Griffith said had stayed with Guts for an extremely long time until Guts had decided. And what you're referring to is, you know, he can't see them as friends because they don't have dreams. They don't have dreams and aspirations for themselves. They only do what I ask them to do. So, and that's what led to Guts deciding to seek out his own dream.
Yes.
But Griffith saw this as an act of defiance. And it's like, no, you are mine, right? Realistically, had they talked there rather than being, you know, chest beating men, and you know, they could have actually discussed it and Griffith not fallen from his pedestal, you know, but instead, you know, there was a superiority complex. Like Griffith's ego is the size of the fucking moon, right? And when he was defeated, that led him to
reckless behavior,
dumbest, self-destruct, you know. So
my notes for this one when I put in Berserk was the simple fact that basic communication could have avoided Griffith's downward spiral, and the entire eclipse might never have existed.
Yep.
No, I think the eclipse was always going to happen.
Possibly.
I think the eclipse was a day, not an event. Right? So like it was always scheduled to happen. It wasn't triggered by Griffith.
Okay, the eclipse would have happened, but the eclipse, the Behelit waking up and everything might not have happened.
No, I think that still would have happened.
Being involved in it might not have been involved in it to that degree. Well, maybe all of them would have died, and Griffith would have died with them for it.
Because I think Griffith would have taken it regardless.
I don't know.
Even if he was the king of Midland, I think he still would have taken it.
Well, I guess we'll never know.
Well, we won't know. But still, it's that just the basic communication that could have stopped that particular plot, that particular path to get there.
But at no point in time do I feel like, okay, yes, this could fall under the category of idiot plot. At no point in time do I feel that this was unbelievable. This was
no, it's totally believable.
That's the thing, yeah.
So
if you said it yourself, they were chest pounding men on this, manly men with their own narcissists.
Yeah, which is stupid.
It's stupid.
Yeah.
But it's believable. It's real
talking
stupid.
It out.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's not contrived stupid. It's real stupid.
And I think this is why I struggle with shows. Oh my god. This actually segues quite well to the show's gamers, right? I don't know how many people have watched gamers or attempted to watch gamers. I have tried. My fine co-hosts, I have tried to watch this dog shite. It is so dumb, right? It's okay. So
wait, why is that a bad point to you? You love dumb stuff.
No, Nasuth. There's
why you
dumb.
Keep us around.
There's self-deprecating humor.
That's why you watch Kobayashi's Dragon Maid.
Shut up, you. Right. Kobayashi's Dragon Maid is peak. So anyway, but the whole point of this is the near constant breakdown in communication, right? So a character will point blank say, so girl A will turn to guy B and say, I like you, I think we should date. Guy B hears, hey, do you want to play some video games? I'm like, that's not what was said in the slightest.
What else do you do on dates?
How
this one can be explained away, but not, excused, with the way the Japanese ask these things, say these things. So, I like you can have levels to it, right? Yes. In the same, I like you versus I love you, that kind of thing. And do you want to go on a date? A date, the word for date is used for, do you want to go hang out as well? So
that's
it can
not
be
true.
Misinterpreted. It's basically a day out or something with you.
I don't know. Maybe it's something to do with the translation, but it felt very much a case of you are purposefully misinterpreting what is being said to you.
Yes.
Right? It's maybe it's a case of what is implied versus what's actually meant. But when you're as explicit as saying, hey, do you want to go out on a date? I'm sorry, your intentions are extremely clear.
Yeah.
Especially when it's a girl asking a guy.
Yeah, there's dense and then there's that.
Guy. Yeah. And again, it's like, there's a difference, like, hey, do you want to hang out sometime?
Yeah,
it's like, wait, what do you mean hang out?
Like, I'm dense, I'm bad at picking up signals, but if somebody said that to me, I'd be like, I see what you're after. My Lucky Charms.
No, these are my dates. You can't have them.
Do you know how much water these took to grow?
Yeah, pretty much.
More water than an AI data center.
More water than the sands of Dune.
Oh my god.
Oof.
Right.
No, hey, Nasuth, have you heard that Guy Fieri's got a role in the next one?
Oh god, what terrible joke is this?
It's the Duke of Flavortown because the spice was full.
Nasuth, you have to cut this out.
I love it.
I'm highlighting it. You got to cut it out now. Right. All right. I don't really want to spend any more time on gamers because it is just that.
Fair enough.
Classing with the Elite was fundamentally stupid, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is just people being morons to an unbelievable scale. Right?
To further the drama.
Yeah, how do you even tie your own shoes that you're this incompetent at picking up signals?
So we have Danadan on here.
TV? Yeah,
so I can think of one example in Danadan where this happens, and that's in second season?
Oh
yeah.
Why is it not? It's one of these season ones, isn't it?
No, I already fixed that, Nasuth.
So I'm thinking of when they're at when Okaroon thinks that they're after they've gone on their little adventure, one of their little adventures, he thinks that there's no way she would want to hang out with him, and meanwhile she's like looking all over the school trying to find him, and she thinks he's avoiding her.
Season.
Yeah, that's the only example of that I can think of, and it's resolved within an episode.
Pretty fast. Oh, we might have lost him.
Shit.
Womp womp.
Nobody's moving on screen.
Sorry, I'm back.
There you are.
I hit my I hit my desk so hard it actually jostled the router cable.
Oh no. Yeah. So you're right. That's an idiot plot moment.
Resolved within an episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where Okaran's going to train to go to get stronger for her, and she thinks he's avoiding her. Right, when he's just running off to go train where nobody can see, and
that part.
Yeah, yes. There's also the part in the first season where they both want to see each other, and so they
I think I was mixing them both up.
But miss each other in the crowded hallways repeatedly and end up sitting on benches outside, literally 10 feet from each other, but with a small wall between them, so they can't see each other.
Yeah,
I think that's the one I was thinking of.
It does pop up on the research list because Grandma Seiko has the really bad habit of giving really limited explanations. So when they go off to the Hot Springs town to help Gigi, she calls up her apprentice Manjiro and tells him, "I'm sending you some people, make sure you protect them," and then hangs up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when Momo turns up by herself,
he has no idea it's them.
Yeah, her apprentice just assumes that's unrelated because she said multiple people. This is only one person, so can't be the same.
Exactly, can't be the same group. There's yes, and it's that kind of thing. So there are moments where, for example, Seiko telling Momo to avoid a certain area of town, which hasn't popped up in the anime yet.
Have you read it too?
Yeah. And she says, "Don't go through this deserted area of town. It was supernaturally dangerous." But she basically neglects to tell Momo that
why
the most powerful yokai in the world lives there. And Momo's just thinks her usual protections against bad spirits will be adequate to go through there, and ends up there.
Yeah, it's so... Seiko really gives me the vibes of kind of like a Yakuza thug. And it's just like, it's really weird how she's coded that way, yet she's such a badass. She's like a John Woo... what you call John Woo action star, but yeah.
You can see her on a rooftop shot from 14 angles with doves flying off around her.
Yeah, pretty much.
Fighter pigeons. Yes.
Yeah. Walking down like a back alley with a baseball bat in slow-mo, yeah.
To quote Star Trek 4, she did a little too much LDS in the 60s.
LDS?
Yes.
It was supposed to be LSD, but it's Star Trek 4, and since they don't understand a lot of the past terms, they screwed up and say LDS, which, is Latter-day Saints, but it's anyway.
Wow, I missed that entirely in
oh my god.
I rewatched it.
Wow.
Oh. So, I do want to call out yet another shonen show.
Go on.
Which is Naruto.
Oh god. Please don't be here that long.
So, it's not going to be here that long, because this one, the entirety of Naruto is only possible because the big bad evil guy doesn't come and get Naruto before he's old enough and strong enough to protect himself. So, just to explain that a little, the plot of Naruto involves a guy trying to create a giant monster called the Ten Tails by combining all of the other tailed beasts in this world, right, to create that power. And Naruto is the container for the Nine Tails, the strongest one. And at any point, because this guy is really powerful, can teleport, can do all these other things, at any point in time, he could have come and captured Naruto and started draining the Nine Tails out of him for his plan. Because he already did with some of the others. And we see that through the thing that the One and Two Tails get captured in the plot. And he's left. He basically saves the most powerful ones for last, the 8 and 9 Tails. But we don't know why. It's never explained why he didn't get these guys before they were powerful enough to fight back. And it takes it all the way through until Naruto's actually now friends with the Nine Tails inside him and can use his power alongside his own to make super powerful attacks. It's bizarre. He's even powerful enough to use that Nine Tails power to power up the whole ninja army so that they stand a chance against the Big Bad Evil Guy's army, causing the Big Bad Evil Guy to have to fight when he didn't need to. At any point in the entire 5-year timeline of the original Naruto, he could have teleported into the Hidden Leaf Village, grabbed Naruto, and escaped completely scot-free, with no repercussions, and instead left it until Naruto was strong enough to actually fight him.
I want to highlight again in Naruto the fact that Naruto is treated as an orphan delinquent nobody when he is the fucking son of the fourth Hashira.
Okay.
Oh, Hokage.
Yes.
Sorry, Hashira.
Hokage. Yes.
Hokage.
The fourth Hokage. Yeah, he's literally like the equivalent of Hidden Leaf Village royalty.
Yeah.
And his adopted grandfather is the third Hokage.
And he's just left to rot
in his own little apartment in a rundown section of town with no money.
No one tells him
on a
at
swing
all.
to sad music.
Huh? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No one says to him, "Hey, little guy. Hey, champ. Yeah. So I knew your mum and dad, and
yeah. Well, I hate royalty too.
Ever. Yeah.
Sorry, I missed what Thaylien said.
They were like the best people ever, and we really admired them, and we've just realised that they sealed this horrible beast inside you, and we kind of abandoned
Queen
you.
Liz was cool. That doesn't mean I like any of her kids.
I fucking. Oh my god! It's like
I'm right. I'm right.
It's like having the Incredible Hulk as a 10-year-old, right? Oh no, let's say 12, an angsty teenager, or aspiring, just wandering around, no parental role models. No, oh my fucking god!
Yeah. And everybody just whispers and makes rumors about him because he's such a horrible thing because he's got this powerful demonic creature inside him.
Do they remember? Do they know that he has the Nine Tails in him?
Yeah, that's basically why everybody in the village. Not everybody in the village knows that, but they know that he was abandoned because the people that did know didn't want anything to do with him.
But no one fucking knew that he was fucking fourth Hokage's son. Jeez.
Yeah, for some reason that just kind of dropped off the face of the fucking knowledge base.
I hear that Naruto visited Epstein's Island.
Oh my god, what the fuck, Nasuth? Well, that's this episode gone.
That was Jiraiya.
Oh my god.
So yeah, let's move on from Naruto because that's about.
Why
do you want spoilers one?
What?
Where's what here?
Where are you going to go?
I was going to go into spoilers with Assassination Classroom.
Okay.
So, 4 spoilers with Assassination
As if you're the one that has to do it.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Got the button.
At least I think you are.
Possibly. So, the entire plot of Assassination Classroom is based on the events before it, where Koro-sensei is being accused of killing a woman he loved, called Aguri, because he's found basically standing over her corpse. And the key thing about this is he didn't kill her. Okay? But instead of defending himself or saying he didn't, he basically abandoned the scene and left a letter saying that he would take over teaching Aguri's homeroom class and will return after a year to negotiate. And why would he have to negotiate if he was not the one that did it? And it's only after Aguri's sister Kaede spent nearly that whole year in disguise trying to stage her attempt to kill Koro-sensei in revenge for this assumed killing that the truth actually does come out. And that he didn't kill her, she was killed while trying to give him a recharge hug, from her love. She was assassinated. And so we still to this day don't know why he ran rather than tried to explain himself when he has all these special abilities that could have let him hang around and explain himself fully, even if somebody.
Why would he want to explain himself to a corrupt system? Why would he want to explain himself to a corrupt system? Better to take the system down.
But he doesn't take the system down.
Well, he would if he destroyed the whole planet.
Yeah. Yeah. The thing is, he doesn't even intend to do that, really. He intends to go back and actually explain himself after the year. So it is very, very strange that this is the basis of the entire plot. That the only reason he's teaching is because the woman he loved was killed, and he didn't want to explain the situation.
I mean, usually in like spy and assassin dramas, it's because you're not. They won't listen. Even if he can, even if they can't kill him, that doesn't mean they have to listen to him.
I mean, a big side of this is that he was a test subject, right? He was like. He was a glorified prisoner, so at no point it does make sense that would they even listen to him?
Exactly.
But at the same time,
that's true.
At the same time, it's just look, I'm an all-powerful being. I can do whatever the fuck I want. I'm telling you the truth, right? I've got I'm under no obligation to tell you any of this, but yeah, you get the idea.
Exactly. It's so strange because he could have used any of his powers that he has to basically the mask himself, cartoon style, zips up about and force them to listen by basically exhausting them until they had no choice but to listen to him without killing them. He could have just done all of that. Same way he does.
Again, just because they listen to him doesn't mean they believe him. He could explain it to them at any point, but it doesn't mean they believe him.
Yes, but that doesn't then explain why they still believe that. Why they did believe him at the end of the show.
Because I don't know, spending a year teaching kids.
If they're willing to believe him at the end of the show, why wouldn't they have believed him at the beginning?
Well, no, I mean, wait. What do we count as the beginning and the end? Are we talking about
So the beginning of the show is where he's. The
beginning of his adventure.
The beginning of the story.
Yeah.
Versus the end of the show, where there's why do they believe the truth then, but not when it happened? When it happened, they'd be emotional, but why did his explanation convince them after the nearly a whole year has passed, when it happened.
I don't think you could tell it immediately, because I think there'd be too much suspicion of lying, because he's stood over a corpse.
Yeah.
Right? He's stood over his apparent victim. But when it comes to
now we spent a year with kids,
2 months, however many months later, it doesn't have to be the full-blown year. It could be so much sooner than that. And I'm in agreement with you on that regard. But yeah, I don't think you could do it immediately. Because at this point in time, I don't think he's actually destroyed the moon yet, has he? Or the test subject has.
He never really intended to do any of this.
Yeah.
He never really intended to hurt humanity because of this. But he has been hurt because the person he loved is now dead. But that's the thing. He hasn't actually got the intent to hurt anybody after it because of it. So, how should I put this? The idiot plot is not the fact that he's gone to this classroom and taught all these people, because he could have done that anyway to cover, cover his grief, to cover for her, and it could have been, a comedy in that respect. Adding in the whole revenge plot for him is an idiot plot, because it didn't need to happen, didn't need to be the explanation for this whole thing happening.
Yeah.
And the climax of the show is based on this the younger sister getting revenge, and him explaining it, because that's those 2 points they connect to each other, but everything in between is the show. So it didn't need to be there for this show to happen. Either way, I think we're out of spoilers for this show. Here's what I will link it to, because it's in the same sense as Cowboy Bebop. We find out at the end of Cowboy Bebop about the events before Cowboy Bebop. And so the events before Cowboy Bebop are linked to the events that end Cowboy Bebop, but everything between those 2 points is the show we watch. It has no bearing on those events.
Most of the events.
Yeah, well, most of them. Yeah, there's a few times where where Spike will go to the bar to find to find out things or similar. You get these callbacks, but in terms of actual things that are happening, Cowboy Bebop is episodic, and by and large, and none of those actual events of each episode really interact with the actual plot for Spike that happens before the series starts and at the end of the series.
And that's why Spike was better when he was Roger Smith.
Don't you go smithing my Roger.
Anyway. There's one... What?
I was going to say, you put Devilman Crybaby on this one, or did Nasuth?
No, I did.
Of course he did. You think I would put that on there?
Is it just because it's a genuinely stupid plot, or is it because you think it's got the idiot plot going on?
Well, I do feel like...
Oops, my internet died again. Oh no. Guess we can't record the rest of the episode.
I do feel like there's some strong idiot plot stuff going on, which is massive breakdowns in communication. You've got Rio, I think the character's name is, who's incidentally just forgotten he's Lucifer, right? You've also got Akira, who is, badly talking with the main female lead. I can't remember who her name is. He just randomly haphazardly abandons her to go do some I think he goes to fight someone. There is a lot of really bad communication throughout this entire series, and if they kind of just sat down and talked to each other, I don't think we would have nearly most of the chaos that happens throughout this entire series. I mean, I think there's a lot more subtle nuance to the series where, you know, basically humanity is allowing the cardinal sins to just take over and, you know, open up opportunities for the demons of hell to escape. But
and also teenagers are bad at communicating.
Yeah, but at the same time,
I feel I'm on the same wavelength as you on this one, because the overall events of the show would be happening regardless, because the devils are coming back. Lucifer is still trying to incite the panic that will bring them back and get the fear of humanity pumping and cause everyone to become suspicious and angry and demonic in themselves.
Yeah.
But the actual events between the characters would be solved by just sitting down and talking about them, you know, and having open and honest communication. Yeah.
So I've got one which was, you know, because I did a search for examples and things. Humanity's collapse. Akira leaving his girlfriend behind, despite the fact that a crazy mob was targeting her, is a pretty horrible decision on his part. He pays the price when he comes back, only to see his friends, you know, dismembered, and paraded around in a gross spectacle that causes him to lose all sense of reason.
We've all heard the phrase, put their head on a pike, and they took this literally.
Yeah. And it's like, I you know, I think Nasuth, actually, I'm pretty sure it was you that just said this, Nasuth, like, you know, teenagers have terrible communication skills. And, like, I do agree with you in completely, but, like, the fact that Rio has just, like, oh yeah, I'm Lucifer, whoopsie-doopsie, like, it just felt really off to me.
When you've lived as long as he has, I can believe that when you go into, like, hiding, you can sort of forget who you were before you went into hiding if you've been in there long enough. The mask becomes the reality.
Also, didn't he the reason he forget source? I
also wouldn't be surprised if God stopped him from remembering. Yeah,
dropping
was it
that whatever godly punishment on the earth that formed the moon for the first time could be what messed with his memory.
Yeah,
I can't remember.
There's a lot of good excuses for him not remembering things, but the other one is down to teenagers not fucking talking or thinking they can do everything, or, you know,
being too fucking horny.
Yep.
God.
Yep.
How on earth does he get, like, any of the stuff he has access to? I have no idea. I'm just going to walk around with this SMG, you know, as you casually do in Japan.
If you're a gangster, yeah.
Indeed. Yes. How do you know? Well, as he appears, he doesn't, because it's actually a completely blank, a CG model that he's generated in real life.
I'm sorry, run that by. It's a blank CG model that he's generated in real life.
He's generated a default CGI model of a gun in real life. That's why it looks the way it does compared to him.
He's talking about the animation quality. He's talking about the animation quality.
Okay.
Yeah, I am. The disconnect between the metallic objects, like the guns, and the rest of the animation.
I mean, the background and the foreground is a good example of that. But that's besides the point. Sorry. I'm putting myself to sleep talking about the animation of Devilman Crybaby.
Absolutely. Shall we go on to the last one on my list that I can call?
Can I throw in a quick one? Super quick.
Yes, what about an anime?
I think Nasuth's going to be on board with this one, and that's bloody Death Note.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, of course, Death Note.
It's
there's so much wrong with Death Note.
Hasn't come up in my listings for my research whatsoever. School Days has, right? Death Note hasn't, and it's just like the communication within this is just mind-shatteringly like, how do we come to any of these conclusions? I do not know.
I've also got ReZero. Subaru's early behavior is partly intentional idiot plotting used for character growth, but some later arcs lean on it as a crutch. So I don't know, but I don't know anything about that one, so I couldn't tell you.
That needs so much more explanation because Subaru literally can't talk about most of the shit that he experiences because it leads to negative impact. Like, you know, either he dies or everyone else around him dies. So it's like, yeah. What else have we got? I thought of another one. School Days was another one.
Yeah.
You know, it's just you know, if the main protagonist, can I even find it in? Oh, there it is. Ugh. Why do we even have this in the system? You know, if the main protagonist just, you know, used his mouth instead of his lower appendage to, you know, communicate with the people around him and say, hey, you know what, maybe this isn't working out, instead of stringing people on. Like, oh god, School Days.
Okay, so apparently in season 1, during the mansion arc, he can't tell people things, but he could also communicate better with, like, not alienating Amelia, or other such things. He also falls into the I'll handle everything alone problem that a lot of characters have.
Yes, but I think this was a growing situation for Subaru because he felt like he had main protagonist energy and he really didn't.
Yeah.
And he grows out of that massively.
Yeah. Just because he grows out of it doesn't mean that it's not, like, again, we've established that with other things. It can be used. It can be a tool that they use to advance things in a believable way, like with Berserk, where it's almost a warning to people that they need to communicate better.
Yeah. Right. Should we do the last one then?
One more honorable mention, just because you brought it up. Gundam Wing.
Yeah.
So
Gundam Wing.
So many reasons.
All of the Gundam pilots ditched the original plan of executing a colony drop and came to Earth to execute a guerrilla campaign and belonging to different cells. They had no idea that the others had the same idea, and they then completely subvert that. You know, them all working for different things without knowing. When Wu Fei meets the other Gundams, because he looks like he's the most likely to attack and has a clear shot at two of the other characters. But he points out, wait, you're both Gundam pilots, you're obviously on the same side. And Hero, you've just been tricked into killing the pacifist faction of the UESA right after they've negotiated to have disarmament. So you've been working at cross purposes this entire time. What are you doing, you idiots?
Right, but at the same time, when Yui was tricked, like, they were in an Oz plane, right? Which was the pro. Well, I mean, it was all Trays. You know, it was all like Trays. You know, trying to manipulate the situation. I don't know if they actually knew that the pacifist, the armistice had actually come into effect, because I think it was like,
I don't think
right when they,
is the thing. But that's the thing. Wu Fei is set up to be the most obvious one that would attack the other Gundam pilots on site, and he comes in and says, "Wait, what are you fucking doing?
Yeah,
boys."
You've
all come to Earth. You're all on the same side, and you've all ditched your original mission. But you're still working at cross purposes. What are you doing?
I don't remember the original mission being. I don't. What?
You think that would be Catra?
Yeah. Oh, sorry, to be the voice of reason. Right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No. But they were supposed to execute a colony drop.
Were they? Because I thought Project Meteor was them going to Earth.
No, turns out that Project Meteor was for them to use the Gundams for a colony drop and cause an actual meteor?
You know what? I'm not too worried about this. The other side of it, though, is the fact that, again, like, it to me, it kind of works better with Gundam 00 because all the Gundam Meisters, yeah, they're brought in all independently from each other, but they are coordinated together, sort of thing. Whereas Gundam Wing, it just... okay. But with Gundam Wing, it just feels like... they don't know what the fuck they're doing. They're just, dicking around.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, our last actual one on the list is Cyberpunk Edgerunners. And this one comes in after the time skip, where they skip, and David now has fully enhanced himself and is living in a nice crash pad with Lucy. Mm-hmm. And Lucy stops going on gigs with the team. Mm-hmm. And the reason for this is she's secretly hunting down people at Arasaka that know about David's tech affinity, because she's found out that they're targeting him to use this new cyber skeleton and test it on him. Right?
Was it Arasaka?
She's trying... Yes,
it was. I looked this up too.
So basically, the cyber skeleton project needs a test subject, and they've decided that that's going to be David because they've seen him in action. They've seen him using the Sandevistan multiple times. But she doesn't tell David that this is what she's doing. She doesn't tell David that Arasaka are after him. And, there's ostensibly because him knowing might mean that Arasaka find out that he knows, through other means. But because she didn't tell him, when Arasaka sets up the heist of the cyber skeleton and then ambushes them, David puts it on of his own volition. He wires himself into it on purpose to get them out of this perceived trap, which is exactly Arasaka's plan to get a test subject. It's only because they then go on this mad dash to take down the people at Arasaka Tower that it kind of backfires on them. But they wouldn't have gone after it in the first place if Lucy had just said, they're trying to test this new technology on you, so if you see it, avoid it. Because they knew it was some prototype cyber skeleton when they went for that mission.
But if I remember correctly, wouldn't that have revealed other things about Lucy that she didn't want to explain?
It could have, but the idea...
Not necessarily.
I don't think that just saying, I've just discovered that Arasaka's after people to test these things and you're on their list, don't go anywhere near a project that includes a cyber skeleton, because it's Arasaka trying to get you to test pilot it. And that would have been enough, wouldn't it? When you think about it, he would have turned down the job because it's like, no, this is Arasaka. We know this one. Sorry, let's pick another one.
Even if they went through a broker, which they did, again, it's like no, we know what this like. I feel that this could have been approached multiple different ways by both sides. So again, going through different information brokers, going through different net runners, hiding what was actually in the shipment until it was too late. Oh, BT dubs, there's this exoskeleton in that shipment that could help you get out of this bad juju. Or again...
Except that's what the job was, to hijack the cyber skeleton truck.
Yes, but if they turned around and said there's no cyber skeleton in that truck, there's just a lot of medicine. Oh no, it's the wrong truck. You might as well use that cyber skeleton that's right there. Yeah, they could have. That could have been more clever, but that plan predicates on Lucy having told him, and him then I think
changing up the plan because they know he knows.
I think the only way
we have a plan, but we've told them our plan, so we can plan around their plan that they build around our plan.
I think the only way to get around this situation, realistically, was for Lucy to go with them, right?
Could have been the case, yes.
Because if Lucy went, she could have used her abilities to really help mitigate the situation and the need for David to put on the exoskeleton. And additionally, David wouldn't have to go rescue her, which, you know, so I get...
She should have kept going on gigs with them.
Yeah.
I could also see her telling David, and then that just encouraging David to face them head on so they, you know, stop trying to use him.
Yeah, but
which would also get him in trouble.
There's loads of different ways to get around this, but I completely agree. It's communication would have solved all of this.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I feel that they were only in that particular situation, that version of that situation, and could have made measures to avoid it if she'd just told him the bare basics of information of what she'd found and what she was doing. Heck, they could have even helped her when she went after the Arasaka thugs that knew about David. They could have helped by, you know, being IRL assassins of these guys and not just doing it through net running. So yeah, that's our bit on idiot plots. Anybody have some very quick honorable mentions? Or
I think realistically, when I was going into this, I thought the term idiot plot mostly meant that it was all negative. It was all like, this is just stupid. You can still have some really, really good plots that, yes, could have been subverted by, you know, a few lines of dialogue, but at the same time, it's not. Basically, after this conversation, I'm led to realize that it's neither a good thing nor a bad thing, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
If
it's either believable or non-believable, or cliche, or well executed, or yeah.
And
it's good if it's done right.
Even with pretty much it's good if it's done right.
It's done right.
But it's one of the bigger issues I feel is, as Nasuth said, like, if it's not believable, like if that is where it all falls to pieces.
Yeah.
You know, and you don't... I get, like, in the situation that we've had where, like, one person knew the truth and, you know, if they don't convey the knowledge to others, it all falls apart. Fair enough, but at the same time, can you really justify to me they haven't told anyone for the last 10 years? Right? You know, people are often very bad at keeping secrets.
Yeah, this is where I like it as a device where we've had shows that use it for the setup, and then the story of the show is about something, you know, maybe putting it right and fixing it, because it shows what a bad situation it can cause, or, you know, that it shouldn't have happened, and they then set things right. Whereas when the actual current ongoing plot requires an idiot plot to facilitate the following events, that's when it falls apart.
Yeah.
Because you can see that these people are being more stupid than they need to be.
Yeah.
Still, it's fine if it doesn't right.
Yep. Should we move on?
Absolutely.
Cool. And I've just realised I've not brought up the weekly schedule.
You fool! Super Kami Thaylien
While you
says.
pull that up,
no.
While you pull that up, Dragon Ball Z, the Cell games, Goku not telling anybody that he wanted Gohan to step up and fight, and just assuming that Gohan wanted to fight.
Nobody giving Goku his heart medicine.
No. They gave him his heart medicine. He just didn't bloody
Goku not
take
taking his heart medicine.
Right. Vegeta letting Cell consume Android 18. Right?
Not
Goku
letting Bulma mass-produce Senzu beans.
Senzu bean. Huh?
Not letting Bulma mass-produce Senzu beans.
Oh my god. Right, okay. So, Moving on to the supporter questions. Super Kami Thaylien says, hey, I've got this new anime plot. Basically, there's a high school girl, except she's... Oh my god. Are you really going to make me... you're going to make me read the whole thing out?
It's not the whole thing.
I don't care. This thing's massive.
There's a high school girl, except she's got huge boobs. I mean some serious honkers. A real set of badonkers. Anyway, transfer student arrives and completely ignores her because he's actually asexual, and I think it'll be good representation to have him complete his own goals and show how she's she's more than just her physical features. But she should use other people's assumptions about her to, shouldn't? I don't know.
She should use her other people's assumptions to her own advantage.
To her own advantage, okay. Anyways, you know what? It wasn't that bad.
There's no question there or anything. It's just...
That's why he says it rather than...
What Super Kami Thaylien also says, what non-sequel show are you most looking forward to this season? I think Witch Hat Italia.
I was going to say the same, yes.
Yeah.
I forgot what I'm watching.
Who hasn't? Are we going to move into the comments? Naz is currently trying to look up his... I
don't remember where I put them.
Jesus fucking
Christ.
There
we go. Outrageous. Oh, yeah. Rooster Fighter. Yeah.
Yeah, Rooster Fighter. 100% Rooster Fighter. There you go.
That's because it was just on that one. Anyway, right. Okay, moving on to the comments. First of all, we got the comments from the news. Strongest Shell says, dun 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 dun.
Dun dun dun
dun. Not sure why, but the theme this week was very sing-alongable.
It always is.
Yeah, it's our theme that he's doing, not dun dun dun.
Sure. Zrugel says... So, no, and then he also says, thanks for the news. Zrugel says, news! Dang, PlayStation price hike again. Yup. Ghost in the Shell looks really good. Ghost in the Shell has a hit or miss history, in my opinion. I hope it's as good as I remember Standalone Complex being. Standalone Complex is really good. I
didn't like the CGI one.
Arise was awful. I hated Arise. It was just so painful. You could barely watch the damn... Anyway. Lots of facts in this facts and rumors section. Cool. Thanks for the news, guys. Looking forward to the review episode. And then moving on to the cast. Strong Michelle says, so this is actually the season review. You guys missed an opportunity for an April Fool's episode.
Yeah.
We had an idea, it just didn't... Yeah, just didn't work out.
I started Sentence to be a Hero, but kind of forgot. So I guess I'll finish it. Or don't. Right. I started Chained Soldier.
Didn't start.
I didn't start Chained Soldier yet, but I meant to. Just haven't had time. Fair enough. Banger memes this week. Kanpai.
You're a bad influence, you know.
Zrugel says, Kanpai. You two need to be nicer to Xeno. He puts up with a lot. Mostly from you guys, I assume, lol.
Well, yes.
You're not
wrong.
He deserves it.
You don't know.
He keeps us around for a reason.
He did it to himself.
We amuse the audience.
Look, there's Notice Me Senpai and then there's Kanpai Cast, right? They're two very distinctly different shows, right?
Yes,
Zrugel
the
says,
same host who is a masochist.
Fuck off. Zrugel says, spinner hype! For the takeaway joke, there was a takeaway joke. Lol, yeah, I was thinking that too. When Xeno said his takeaway in the States, we call it takeout, but yeah.
Yeah, that's when I said I could go for a Chinese now.
Sounds like
your takeaway. Okay. Yeah.
Oops, I didn't mean to smack my microphone. Now I'm just going to have to fix that. I have a friend who loves Fire Force. He was telling me about it. I was confused, but I appreciate that he liked it. Not wrong. Cattail, spotting Raina at 59:20 mark. Yep, not wrong. Spotting the jump cut at the 1 hour 11 minute mark, because my fan theory is that Thaylien spoiled the show and it was edited out. I believe it was the sound issue with my crushed audio.
It might have been. There were like 2 or 3 pauses in that.
Yeah, we did pause for a couple of those. But good eye noticing the jump cut.
Yep. There was a Knives redemption at the end of the original Trigun. I don't remember that, unless I misheard.
Yeah, I don't really remember that either.
There was definitely in the manga, and they did a scene of it in the end credits. I went back and checked it when I read this comment. There's a scene in the end credits where they're doing all the nice things that happen to the world after Knives is defeated. Yeah. And Vash brings him back into town, smiling and waving with him over his shoulder, still alive.
That's the post-credit scene, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, it's actually in the credits. The credits are rolling over the top of it.
Well, it doesn't mean he gets a redemption arc just because he brought him back with him.
Oh, yeah, it does. It's Vash.
Not an arc. They give him some redemption.
Yeah, it doesn't say anything about arc. No one said arc, Nasuth.
Doesn't mean he gets a redemption. They could bring him back to put him in jail. You don't fucking know.
Xeno got a new chair. How is it? What brand did you get? I remember your last one broke, so you needed one. No, I fixed this one. A friend of mine helped me.
The hard way.
It was... What the fuck does that mean?
I heard you struggled a bit.
Yeah, it was a huge effort.
Yeah.
We had to get a heat gun to warp the metal a bit, and then use what I have discovered is called a drift to basically smack the piston out of the chassis, so we could actually put the new chassis in, or mechanism.
You didn't know what that was called? Oh, okay.
No, I didn't know what a drift was.
We learn something new every day.
He is now a drifter. There you go, Xeno.
I've heard a lot about Demon King's daughter is too kind. It looks adorable. I'm glad Xeno likes it well enough. I was considering picking up crate pics for memes. I'm assuming that's supposed to be great, but great. I'm reading it verbatim.
A spelling error.
Yep. And speaking about the memes, it's time for the best part of the show.
Woo!
The memes.
It is the memes. It is the memes.
Yep.
Make sure you come to our Discord where you can submit your own memes, and then we will look at them live on air, live on recording for the first time in the world. World premiere of these memes, 100%. We got 4 this week.
Yep.
We got 4 this week.
If you press the button.
That's also not the right one. There we go.
Otaku. Wow, 2006 was 10 years ago.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Oh no. Oh no.
And it has to be Harry.
Metal, use this stencil to mark it out, cut it to size, and slot it into the throwing knife. After supergluing it all together, it's now done. This will produce a fireball when it mixes with the blood of my enemies. Testing with a tomato
What the fuck?
doesn't seem to be sharp enough, and I'm too weak. But this is what happens when it does work.
Oh my god.
My neighbor's gonna love this.
Oh my god.
Geneva prohibits chemical Damn it.
Geneva suggestions.
Nope, that's not right. I don't know why it's doing this lately. When you finally sit down to eat, but you didn't feed your cats first. Yep.
Fan subs gone. Awry.
Yeah.
So nice of them to translate from Japanese to hieroglyphics.
I thought it was just wingdings, but you know.
No, you can see first symbol is definitely
like there's the bird. There's yeah. All right. On to mine. Let's see if it gets it right. Yep. Strong sand user, weak Hamon user.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Festival, girl sandal strap.
God, this makes too much sense.
18 plus movie, 14 plus anime. It's amazing the stuff they put in those.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god.
Nothing needed saying. Me when my wife brings up my Steam library during the divorce.
Oh my
She wants to
god.
have my games.
This is good because they settled this one. Steam doesn't support sharing your purchases. Not in that respect. So if you've got your Steam library, you can't even pass it on to your descendants.
Yeah.
Wow. And my last one is a video. If it'll actually, let's see if it.
It's a Caterpie! It's one of the bug Pokemon. Even if it is a Pokemon, bugs are disgusting, and I don't like them.
If Pokemon was made in America.
Better be a gun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Caterpie!
Yep. Yep.
It's brilliant.
Nope, that's not right. Oh my god.
No, that's my 6th. Fern, those dragons nearly overwhelmed us. Could this day get any worse? Yeah,
Who the hell
I
is
saw that one.
that's from Invincible. My jokes, me, making people laugh, making people worry about their mental health.
Yep, that is 100% Thaylien.
Naruto, please delete my browsing history.
Yup.
Death of Jiraiya.
Yep.
The artist and their art versus the artist and their art.
What is that? Miyazaki and Junji Ito? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Ito is the most hilariously wholesome man in real life.
Oh my god.
Miyazaki is the most depressed old man.
Uh,
By the way, I started watching Attack on Titan. It's really good. Just look at that animation. I swear to God.
I can't. Is that?
I love that. That's
Is that
the gingerbread man from
Shrek 2?
Shrek 2. Yeah.
Okay. And your last one is a video meme,
incredible.
and then all of Xeno's are video memes. So get ready for that. This is actually probably also still set to loop.
You leave me no choice. Are you finally gonna fight seriously? I did want to use this on you. Bring it on, fox boy.
He's
Please tell
playing
me
the
it's a
sad
swing.
music.
Please tell me this is swing.
Swing. This isn't even your anime. Sasuke, here it comes. We are the same. No, we're not. But what about the swing? I don't care about your swing.
There we go.
Okay, yeah, it's on loop. All right, on to Xenos.
Yeah.
Then I'll start. You guys can call me a Stolfo.
She bad.
12 heroes of Charlemagne.
I'll
I'm a
smash.
writer. Nice to meet you.
Oh yeah, you could be a writer all you
And
want.
you are?
Oh, she naked. Say Les.
Why are you complete?
Okay.
What happened, Drew?
No! Oh my God. I did not get caught lacking like this. No.
Yeah, you did.
Come here. Look at here. Yep.
ADHD, me suddenly remembering the laundry I put in the washing machine 3 days ago.
And she sees it and gets up and leaves as well.
Yes.
Vocal percussion on a whole nother level, coming from my mind. Vocal percussion on a whole nother level, coming from my mind.
Oh my words. What are you?
What the fuck?
Bread.
You get what's happening, Nasuth, right?
Yes,
Oh, wow,
yes, I do,
no,
and I
no.
wish I. I wish I didn't.
Oh,
There you go.
sewer drain.
Wait, was that number 3?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Woe is me! How could we have let this demon travel into our homes? Who could have seen such a tragedy befalling us?
I did. Me.
Now's not the time for that, Fririn.
But they asked.
Gee willikers, mister. Are you really gonna hurt a little old baby demon like me? Aww, maybe we should forgive them a 3rd time. What do you say, everybody?
No, I'm not falling for that again for the 4th time. I think we're past that point. Besides, I'm on to you, demon.
Consign it, you found me out. You knew I was actually an adult and a very evil demon. Curse you, Himmel the hero. Curse you!
No, I thought your parents might have been allergic to peanuts and you overcompensated. But thanks for outing yourself.
Double consign it. What if I just said J.K. Lamau?
Not funny. Didn't laugh. And that's the 2nd time I killed a child.
Miss Freeman, you're already in prison. Stop making it worse.
What are they gonna do? Put me in jail? I'm already 1 step ahead of them.
Oh, yes.
No!
No.
Not again!
Look,
AI is out of control.
For a while.
Yes.
AI is out of control.
Yeah, for a whole
I've
week.
held on to that for bloody weeks, right?
And your last one. Stand user could be anyone. Could be anyone.
There you go. I've held on to that one for months.
You're weird.
Great pick, Xeno.
said,
Great
okay,
pick.
backlog.
Fresh.
Right. Well, that's it for this week's episode. You know, we've come to an end. Now is all that can be said is thank you all for watching and or listening. And now it's time to bottoms up. Kanpai.
And
Kanpai.
Kanpai.